Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Technical DD again. I hope you all are doing well. Today we are diving into one of the most critical compliance feature in Microsoft Purview, which is retention policies. If you are an IT admin or compliance professional, this video is going to be very helpful for you to retain your organization's important data like emails, SharePoint sites, OneDrive files, and many more for all legal and compliance purposes. So stick with me till the end of this video because I will show you how to configure everything step by step and share you some pro tips that will save you many hours. So let's first understand what are retention policies. So retention policies help organizations decide how long to keep or delete data across M365. They ensure that sensitive or critical information is preserved for compliance, investigation or audits while automatically cleaning up unnecessary data. In short, they help you balance compliance and storage efficiency, which is one of the most important features in today's IT industry. Before you start, the prerequisites are not much over here. Make sure your compliance team members have access to the Microsoft Purview portal to grant them permissions and add them to the compliance administrator role group, which is most of the important one. If they have compliance administrator role and permissions, they will be able to create the retention policies. This ensures they can create and manage retention policies and label securely. All right. So now let's begin to our practical approach. So as you all know, this is our Purview portal, which we have already opened. All right. We'll click on solutions. Now we'll click on data lifecycle management. Data lifecycle management includes all these features like policies, import, priority cleanup, exchange legacy, etc. So we are concerned about this. Click on policies. You will get the option to create a retention policies. Click on retention policies. Click on new retention policy. We'll give a test name of our retention policy. So if you want to retain your data for 7 years or 10 years, you can give the name accordingly, like the naming nomenclature which we'll follow. So suppose I want to retain my data for 7 years. So I will just give 7-year data retention policy. All right. Description you can give accordingly. So I'll just keep the description as that's it. Click on next. Now admin units, we are not using admin units right now, so we are keeping it as it is. Click on next. Now scope, these are the adaptive scope and static scope, both are the important features. So selecting adaptive scope, after selecting adaptive scope policies, which will consist of attribute or properties, that means there are multiple attributes or properties into your organization, such as some users are scoped in different departments, some users are scoped in different finance department or HR department. So we can segregate and adaptively we can assign the policies to them. So mostly our concern today is static policy. We'll create a static policy. All right. Click on next. So guys, this is very important window over here. Choose where to apply this policy. That means on which workload you want to apply this policy. So we have here Exchange mailbox, SharePoint classics and communication sites, OneDrive accounts. That means all the OneDrive accounts in your organization, Microsoft 365 group mailbox and sites. So now if you can read over here, items in M365 group mailbox and files in the corresponding group connected to SharePoint Teams site, which is a SharePoint Teams site and associated M365 group mailbox. All right. Now then there is a Skype for Business, Exchange, public folders, Teams channel and messages. So if you want to retain your Teams channel as message, then you can do that as well by selecting this workload. Teams chat, this will include only one-to-one chats, guys. Okay, Teams private channel and messages. So only private channel messages will be stored over here. Message from Teams private channel. Note, will be deprecated by October 2025. It means that this feature is now deprecated. Okay, so for that, please use Teams channel message policy for private channels. All right, Yammer, then these are not much useful for daily purpose. So mostly we are concerned with most of the above listed over here: Exchange Online, which is the mailbox, entire email data, then SharePoint Classic and communication site, OneDrive account, and most important is this one, M365 group. Nowadays we are facing many issues with unable to delete SharePoint sites, as there are some retention policies scoped on that. So we'll talk about that later. I will create a separate video on that one. So mostly we'll create a new retention policy. So I am having some SharePoint site created which are associated with M365 group. So I want to retain that site for 7 years duration. Okay, so we'll just disable this option because we don't want to scope this policy on Exchange and SharePoint and OneDrive. We just want as this option. Okay, now this is one of the most important option over here, all M365 group. That means in your organizations there are many Teams sites are created, SPO SharePoint sites are created which are associated with the M365 group. Okay, for example, I will just show you one of the SharePoint sites which I am having. So I will open over here. I will go to the SharePoint admin center. So these are my active sites. Click on active sites over here. Then compliance site is there. This is the compliance site, which is not the M365 group site, but these two are mostly, if you can see, I will click on this one. So this is my M365 group site, which is associated with the SharePoint site. So if you can see, this is the primary email address of that group, which is M365 group. Okay, if you want to cross verify, we can just copy this, go to the admin center, M365 admin center, active Teams and group. We'll search it over here directly. So if you can see, it's listed over here. Okay, that means that if you can see the type is M365 group. That means this is a site which is associated with M365 group. Okay, so same UI will be showing over here. Okay, so these are all the SharePoint site details, membership, then settings. Okay, I'll cancel this. So now what I need to do, I need to set up a retention policy to prevent deletion from this two site for up to 7 year or 1 year duration. So let's see how we can achieve this. So what we'll do, we'll go to the retention policies again. So I am explaining you this part. So if you do not exclude, so if you can see include, included and excluded. If you do not include any site over here, that means it will scope on all M365 groups. Okay, so if you want, you can edit it and select some specific sites. If you can see, all are the sites in my organization which is listed over here. Okay, for cross verification, we can check over here. These are all the sites which is listed over here. Okay, so for now, I will just scope it to the all M365 group. Okay, if you want to exclude anyone, suppose if you want to exclude this site, second one, so you can just copy the URL of this site, go over here, okay, and paste the URL of our site over here. Okay, or you can select from the bottom as well. Now we'll click on next. Now this is very important feature. So everything will depend on this window, guys. This is a very important feature over here. If you can read retain items for a specific period, now this will allow us to choose the period over here. Okay, so by default it's selected as 7. You can click on this. You can, according to your need, if you want 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, and custom data also you can choose. Okay, so we'll not go with the custom one. So we'll choose the 7 years data over here. We need to retain our site. Okay, now start the retention period based on. So this is also very important part over here. There are two options. When items were created, suppose if I will create this site today, I have just created this site today. So from today, this SharePoint site, this retention sites will be effective on this one. Okay, Then second option is when items were last modified. That means the site was last modified. From that time, the retention policies will be effective on that. All right, understood. So now we'll go at the second, at the end of the retention period. So what action we need to take? Do we need to delete the items automatically or do nothing? Okay, so that means after 7 years, as soon as the 7 year complete, on the last day of the 7th year, we need to choose over here, delete item automatically or do nothing. That means it will stay as it is, the sites will stay as it is. Okay, so I will choose do nothing. Okay, we get the option of retain item forever. So most of the IT industries today, the works are getting on a very large scale basis. So they need items for legal and compliant holds, compliant activities. So for that, most of the organization choose these options as well. Okay, and if you choose this option, you will not get the other options. Okay, and the third option is only delete items when they reach a certain age. Okay, that means suppose if we choose this option, it will give you a time period, delete item older than 7 years, so you can modify this 5 year, 7 year. After 7 years means the item has been completed 7 year, that means it's 7 year older data, it will get deleted. Delete content based on, so you can choose again two option over here, which is when items are created and when items were last modified. Okay, so for now we'll just choose this option, when items are created 7 year retention, and I will keep the action as do nothing. Now next, that's it, and submit the policy. Retention settings, retain item for 7 year based on when they are created. Don't delete item at the end of the retention period. That means our two SharePoint site will not get deleted. Just click on submit. Now the policy is getting submitted, guys. Yeah, you successfully created a retention policy, and just click on done. Okay, now if you can see, 7 year data retention policy will be listed over here. If you can just click on this policy. Now this is the pro tip, guys, I will be sharing over here. Enable status is enabled pending. That means we have just now created the policy, so the status is not completely synced over here. That means it's not completely successful over here, so it's currently under pending state. That means the retention policies are getting applied on our workload which we have chosen, which is SharePoint, M365 groups and SharePoint sites. Okay, so generally it takes up to 24 hours duration to get completely synced. Okay, and once the status is completely synced, I am having one another policy, I will show you how it looks. So this is one of my other policy in which the status is showing as complete. Okay, so I have made the modification recently, so here also it's showing as pending. Okay, but once it get completely synced across the workload, it will show as enabled success over here. Okay, once again we'll see the next attributes as well. Description we can see over here. Admin unit, not much important over here. Applies to content in this location. That means M365 group and mailbox and sites. Okay, and keep content for 7 years. That's it. Okay, so this is how we need to create SharePoint site. Okay, sorry, the retention policies over here. We have created the retention policies. Okay, and if we go over here now, I will just refresh my site. I just wanted to check if I just wanted to show you that for these two sites, if I click on this, so guys, if you can see, this site has a compliance policy set to block deletion. That means as soon as we create this policy, the policy has been enabled, and we are able to see the message over here that this site has a compliance policy set to deletion. So we'll not be able to delete this policy, guys. Sorry, the SharePoint site, guys. Okay, so again we'll click on the second one. Again you can see again the same thing, guys. Okay, so it will not allow us to delete this. If we click on delete, it will show this message: a compliance policy is currently blocking deletions. This is why, because as soon as we created a retention policy for this one, it will block deletion. That means prevention of deletion will be there over here for this specific site. So I will make a complete video on the next part of this one. So how to exclude this site, that will be also very, very important, guys. So for that, stay tuned for upcoming videos. Okay, so for now we have created retention policies for this two M365 groups and SPO sites, which is a SharePoint site. Okay, and let's see if we can get the details of this site under policy lookup as well. So we'll copy the address of this site, guys, or you can do just view site. I'll just copy this site, go over here, retention policy. Under policy lookup, you need to select site, paste the site, search. Let's see if we find over here or not. Okay, so currently it's not showing the data. We'll go with the group over here, M365 group. So what we'll do, we have already the group name. So we'll copy the group name and let's see. So this is also one separate part to. Okay, so currently as we have just created the policy, that means it is currently under the sync status, so it's not getting synced. But eventually, after the retention policies get applied completely, if you can click on this, as soon as enable status is showing as pending over here, as soon as it's completed to success, that means once you click on policy lookup, click on site, just select the site URL similarly again, so it will show as some policy over here. All right, okay, so for that we'll discuss into next video, so please stay tuned for that. And just wanted to inform you all, guys, that retention policies are backbone of data governance in Microsoft Purview. So this is one of the most important feature, guys. They help us to stay compliant, secure, and audit ready. If you found this tutorial very helpful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more Microsoft Purview and M365 compliance tutorial. Drop a comment below if you like me to cover retention labels automation in the next video as well. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. Have a great day.